What a hockey game on a Saturday night as the Leafs win it in overtime, 2-1 over the Buffalo Sabres. Obviously just playing at home, played in Buffalo last night. And we all know what happened there. And then the Leafs came back home today and won 2-1 in OT. And you see the difference tonight, guys. You see the difference between Freddy Andersen and Michael Hutchinson. You just see the difference. It is incredibly large. We'll get to him in a second here. Let's get to this game. And in the first period, it's kind of a back and forth game. Not a whole lot going on. Shots were 11-8 in favor of the Leafs, but a 0-0 game after one period of play. So really, the 11-8 shots don't mean a damn thing. Second period, 5:30 in. Austin Matthews gets the puck down low to William Nylander, and Willie Nylander does an aggressive offensive play, and I like his choice here. He saw some space to the front of the net, so from about the red line beside the net there, he cuts to the front of the net and backhands it far side over the shoulder of Carter Hutton and into the back of the net, and the Leafs lead at 1-0 on the power play. The power play, other than yesterday, has been red hot since Sheldon Keefe has taken over this team. So a great job there. We go all the way to the third period. You know, things are going okay. Second period, the Leafs have a 1-0 lead after 2 periods of play. Shots were 16-11 Leafs after 2 periods. You go to the third, and not even 7 minutes in, literally almost the exact same play Nylander did. Rasmus Ristolainen does the exact same thing on Freddy Andersen and beats him, and we're tied. It sucks. Freddie made a lot of big saves in this game, a lot of big saves to keep this team in it. As we said, that's what Hutchinson did not do yesterday. He did not make the big key saves when this team needed him most, and Freddy Andersen did that today. Shots on goal in the third period, 13-9 in favor of the Leafs. Bottom line, the Leafs won by 13 in shots, 43-30 in shots on goal. We go to overtime, and Freddy Andersen makes 2 big saves. One on Victor Olofsson, and I don't remember the other one. I don't recall the other one. I'm trying to find the play here because it was a really good save Olofsson had 2 shots. Yeah, Olofsson had 2 shots. One was right in front. Freddy Andersen challenged the play and closed the 5-hole and made a big save. The next one was a nice little feed, but Freddy Andersen made a nice save with the glove. Leafs come down the other way. Kasperi Kapanen kind of circling up top, drops it off for John Tavares, and he rips it past Carter Hutton and into the back of the net, and the Leafs win it 2-1 in overtime. Look, you can say all you want about, well, they didn't win in regulation. It's 2 points. The Leafs are 4-1 under Sheldon Keefe. And as we said in the last video, yeah, you lost the game. That's going to happen from time to time. But it's a matter of how you respond after a loss that shows how good of a team you really are. And for this team to come out today and play a pretty sound defensive game, only on the 30 shots, quite a few good scoring opportunities, though, if I may add. But Freddy Andersen was stellar when he needed to be, and the Leafs come out on top 2-1 in overtime. And by the way, that Carter Hutton goal, that last goal, overtime goal, probably shouldn't have went in. Hutton probably should have had that. Oh, excuse me, that came out of nowhere. And just because it was kind of a shot from the point, really. No screen. It might have hit a thing up high, but it didn't change too much direction, and he just kind of whiffed on it. But you know what? I don't care. The Leafs win it. They're now 13-11-4 on the year. They've won, like I said, 4 of 5 games. They're feeling a lot better than they have lately. And with today's game, it's really, really good job. Now, on the Tavares goal, Kapanen and Andreas Johnsson grabbed assists. Now, let's get to Freddy Andersen, guys, because a lot of talk yesterday was about Hutchinson and how bad he was. And I reiterated that a lot of times in these videos because it needed to be said. With Freddy Andersen, he was incredible tonight. He was just sound positionally. He didn't let a lot of rebounds out, made a lot of big saves, was in a lot of great positioning saves, and he did a really, really good job kind of settling this team down and getting them back in the win column. Obviously, with a team with a lacking confidence not too long ago, winning 3 straight, you're great, but then you lose a game that you probably should win, and then you kind of take a step back and are like, But then Freddy Andersen comes in the next night, and people remember, we have that guy. Freddy Andersen has been stellar for this team this year. With the victory today, he is now 13-5-3-1 this year with the Leafs. You can tell right now that he is the best goalie on this team, no doubt. He is one of the best goalies in hockey. Prove me wrong. And, going into the game, he had a goals against average of 2.55 and a save percentage of .919. Both of those numbers are going to drop dramatically. Goals against of under 1 in this contest. Obviously, he had the 1 goal against. And then a save percentage of .967. So both are going to go up. Freddy Andersen put a heck of a November together. But now the calendar is going to flip. Obviously, with November finishing up today and December 1st starting tomorrow, you want to see this team continue the way they have lately into the month of December and kind of into that Christmas break. Because usually you have a few breaks in hockey. You have that 1 week break that you usually have. I don't know where that is for the Leafs. If you guys want to know, let me know. That's great. You have the All-Star break, and then you kind of have that Christmas, New Year, not many games going on during that spell. So until that point, this team needs to continue to fight, continue to grind, and play solid hockey. Now, if we're looking within the division and kind of what things look like, well, obviously we beat Buffalo in overtime today. We only got the 1 point ahead of the Buffalo on there, unfortunately. But you look at teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning, they lost in regulation to the Carolina Hurricanes. Tampa's really been struggling. They're 12-9-3, guys. They really have not been playing well this year. Florida won, so the Leafs kind of staying packed with them. Ottawa lost, and I think Montreal lost in overtime. So if we're doing a quick standings update, kind of see where the Leafs are sitting within the division. The Leafs have 30 points. They're third place in the Atlantic Division, 1 point behind the Florida Panthers. Unfortunately, Florida has played 2 less games. Buffalo's 1 point behind the Leafs, and Montreal, with 2 games in hand, is 2 points back of the Leafs. And then there's Tampa there, 3 points back of the Leafs with 4 games in hand. So we're not out of the woods yet, people. Obviously, we dug ourselves a huge hole. Somehow we're still third place in the Atlantic, but obviously we played a lot of games, so that's just the way it's going to look. Now, the next game for the Leafs, all right, we're not going to, spend a lot of time on this. It was a great game overall. Freddie made some big saves. They got a clutch goal. I wouldn't say offensively, the Leafs, they had a lot of scoring chances. They just couldn't bury them, especially late in that third period when Austin Matthews fired a 5-hole on Carter Hutton, and it squeaks through, and then Scandella takes it off the line with like 10 seconds left. It would have been done in regulation. The Leafs would have had the 2 points, and Buffalo would have had none, but instead, you win it in overtime, and it is a win nonetheless. We will enjoy it. We will take it. Because Leaf fans, look, if you guys have been Leaf fans prior to the Austin Matthews, Nylander, Mitch Marner era, like myself, anybody who says otherwise, look at my Phil Kessel jersey. That tells you right there. I've been a fan for quite some time. You will know that even Buffalo was god-awful and they were in the basement of the league getting Sam Reinhart and Jack Eichel, the Leafs just had terrible problems playing against them. It's just like Montreal, guys. It doesn't matter the type of teams they throw on the ice. They're a hard team to face. Just because that's just the way it is. They're a tough team. It's a rival team. So it's a dogfight. So anyway, look at this game and say, well, you lost regulation yesterday, and then you won in overtime today against Buffalo. What the heck? It's because it's a team that grinds and fights against the Leafs. They wake up extra energized to play the Leafs. The Leafs wake up extra energized to play Montreal and Boston, even though we know the history about Boston. We're not going to get into that. But it's things you got to just enjoy the win today, guys. Enjoy the overtime victory. And the next game for the Leafs, guys, is on December the 3rd in Philly, taking on the Flyers. And Philly's been amazing lately. 15-7-5 on the year. They've won 4 straight. They're 5-2-3 over the last 10 games. Carter Hart has been playing really good hockey lately. And obviously for the Leafs, I think we've already played Philly twice, and we won one, lost one, I think it was. One might have been in overtime. I'm not too sure what was. But you're in Philly taking on the Flyers. It's going to be Andersen and Hart expected to play at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, December 3rd. So the Leafs have Sunday, and they have Monday off to rest it up and get ready for that game against Philly. All right? Now, guys, if there's anything else you guys want to discuss in the comments below, go nuts down there. But let's go through some stats here real quick. Like I said, Freddy Andersen, 1 goal and 30 shots. Really good night for him. John Tavares cut 2.9 goal and an assist. Good job there. Nylander with the goal. Great stuff there. By the way, William Nylander, let me get to him again. You know why? Because people keep calling him bust. 10 goals, 12 assists for 22 points in 28 games. That's not bad if you ask me. He's doing a really good job this year, is William Nylander. Kasperi Kapanen, Matthews, Janssen all grab assists in the hockey game. And Matthews, I think he hasn't scored a lot lately. 16 goals, 15 assists for Matthews. Great job there. Yeah, he hasn't scored in 3 straight games. He scored in Colorado, but that was the last time he has scored. Expect him to get back into the score sheet there in Philly. I think he's very good on the road, if I'm not mistaken. His road and home splits, goals-wise, are incredible. Let me just go to this real quickly here. He scored in Colorado, in Arizona. He scored at home against Boston, and then home against Vegas. Never mind. But I just think he scores more on the road than he does at home. So that's the case. Then the Leafs take on Philly on Tuesday. Looking to win 2 straight games. Looking to win 5 of 6. Yeah, 5 of 6. There's my maths, right? All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoy the hockey game there this evening, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video. Who is your MVP minus Freddy Andersen? No doubt, because he kept this team in it when they needed him to be big. He was massive. All right, I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Freddy Andersen? Also, what do you think of the Leafs played there this evening? And what are your expectations there on Tuesday against the Philadelphia Flyers in Philly? All right, Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, guys. Do that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Raptors edition as the Raptors take on the Utah Jazz tomorrow evening. It's a 6 o'clock tip-off there at Scotiabank Arena as the Raptors look to go for win number 7 straight. And they're obviously starting a stretch of some pretty good ball teams. So you got to start one game at a time. You got Utah at home tomorrow at 6 o'clock. All right. And as for our Leafs, like we talked about, their next game is on Tuesday at Wells Fargo Center in Philly. All right. As the Buds look to take on the Philadelphia Flyers. I think it's a 7 o'clock puck drop. 7 o'clock puck drop there. Freddy Andersen, Carter Hart are the expected goaltenders in that game on Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys then.